Week, as I like to refer to it. It's obvious that the rubber's meeting the road. It seems like Baltimore is always a dance partner.
Jalen Warren goes 38 yards in for the touchdown.
Got to kill on third down.
Takes it home, his first touchdown in over 3 years.
The Steelers come to M&T Bank Stadium and win.
I think this team's got a lot of character, a lot of grit, a lot of toughness, and that's required, really.
It's real personal day. Every play, I'm going to lay that on the line. That is with us. Keep fighting. You don't know what's going to happen. I ain't blinking. Don't you blink.
We got there. Started off 1-5. Tremendous, change. We got to be calm in the storms.
Wrinkles won't determine the outcome of this game.
We got the team to do what we need to get it done, so it's a movie.
We need our crowd to be as loud as possible.
What the there means, like, bring it on. Baltimore's coming in. Winner takes all.
What a game. Ravens and Steelers tonight in Pittsburgh. The renewal of perhaps the fiercest rivalry in the NFL in recent years. And these teams played each other just 4 weeks ago in Baltimore. Rex was there. Steelers won that game 27-22. We go back over how it went down. Aaron Rodgers scored the first touchdown of the game with a 1-yard run midway through the first quarter. Then he added a 38-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Warren in the third. Rodgers threw for 284 yards, which is a season high. Ravens looked like they took the lead with less than 3 minutes left, but Isaiah Likely's touchdown was overturned in somewhat controversial fashion. AFC North title on the line tonight.
I was really hurt. Like, I don't know why I got to get questioned about, or I hear things about, I don't know if you really, like, I never quit on my team before, so I never quit anything, to be honest with y'all. So I don't know where that noise came from. I just want to win. I don't really care about the criticism.
Criticism, interesting. Kimberly Martin leads our coverage, which will be day-long in Pittsburgh today. Kmart, what are you hearing about Lamar Jackson's return?
Listen, Greeny, who has it better than me? Listen, for the first time since week 10, Lamar Jackson had a full week of practice, and the two-time MVP said he feels great and left no doubt that he will play in this game. Players I spoke to said Lamar has been doing everything behind the scenes to be ready for today, so the criticism, they believe, is unfounded. But listen, he will wear extra padding for that back. But I asked tight end Isaiah Likely, how did Lamar look in practice? And he said, honestly, Lamar looked like himself. I don't know, Tyler Huntley helped get them that win last week in Green Bay, but Zay Flowers said it means everything to have Lamar on the field. Now, it also means everything to the Steelers to have T.J. Watt back in action for the first time in 3 weeks. Now, speaking for the first time since he suffered that partially collapsed lung, he said, had a good week of practice, I felt good. But he said that's something that I'm not sure I could have said a week ago. As for how much we will see Watt and how TJ Watt he will be, I guess you could say, he said, I had no limitations, so hopefully tonight the same will be true. And this is huge because Derrick Henry comes to Acrisure Stadium tonight. Their linebacker, Alex Highsmith, said a point of emphasis all week is stopping him. He said the key is to be physical up front and to not let him get downhill. Highsmith said when he gets that speed, it is hard to stop. Greeny, one other note about Derrick Henry. Today is his birthday, and if that is any indication, he might be in for a monster day. The last two times he has played on his birthday, well over 100 rushing yards, 138 and 182 in both of those games.
All right, 32 years old today. And by the way, Kmart, before you go, you know what we all love? We love people who love their jobs. And this was Kmart just moments before she came on live with us, having some fun, keeping warm. Kmart, showing us the moves. What do you think?
Guys, I am trying to stay warm 12 hours before kickoff. I'm doing everything I can. Heated apparel, all of that. All of the moves ready for AFC North Championship week. Let's go.
Kimberly Martin, you are the best. We'll check in with you as the show continues. She'll be there all day. Keeping warm for what should be a very hot game tonight. We'll have a lot of time this morning to look at it. Let's go from the Ravens side of this thing first. Rex, you were there with them a few weeks ago. This game didn't go the way they wanted at home. How do you see it tonight?
Well, quite honestly, let's talk about that game. Aaron Rodgers, most yards. I mean, he was pitching it down the field. DK Metcalf, he was throwing it all over the field, deep down the field to those outside receivers. Not to who the hell are you going to throw to? DK Metcalf's not there. So to me, I think this bodes so well for the Ravens. Why? Because I can bring another guy in that box. In fact, the Ravens could defend this team with 10. All right, they don't need to worry about the outside. And so to me, I expect plenty of this. Bringing that safety down in that box, being an extra guy. bone that running game. And guess what? They'll also bring an extra defender down versus Gainwell and and Warren. Both those backs in the passing game. You're not going to – if Aaron wants to live with pitching it outside Marquez, Valdez, Scanley, go for it, dude. Yeah. Like, it ain't going to happen. You ain't going to win.
That's what it's going to be, right? I mean, Aaron's going to play old man football. He's going to hand it off a bunch, and that's going to come out of his hands so quickly. He knows he doesn't have DK. So, I mean, but how efficient can he be at it? Can they take care of the football? Because I think the Ravens – they've been prone to mistakes this year. Ever since, since that last game, and we're like, oh, man, Aaron was calling out his receivers before that game. And it's like, oh, they're not mentally right in that locker room. They come out and win the game in Baltimore when you were there. I think this team is mentally tough. I think on the defensive side of the ball, Lamar, all right, what is he going to be with the back? How does he feel? Why does he have to wear a pad?
Yeah, you're talking about making the mistakes. Part of this, I think, with Lamar coming back is to keep this offense simple, right? We saw it last week with Huntley at quarterback, I formation, power, toss, crack. I think just with Lamar Mack doesn't mean you have to go away from that, right? Like, make this Pittsburgh Steelers defense defend your fastball, send it down the middle, and then you get all the counter stuff off of it. You're going to get Lamar on the edge. You're going to get Zay one-on-one. You're going to get some play action and screen game to Andrews,
Look at
right?
Ricard
but
right
this
there.
is the guy. It's got to start and end with this guy right here. Again, make the Pittsburgh Steelers commit to stopping the run, which you just heard Kmart say, right? They went for 300 yards rushing. You know they're going to have the extra hat in the box. They're not going to let him get off today. And so all the other things, all the other great players on this Ravens offense can feast, but again, show them it early. Make them stop it.
Alex, I kind of agree and sort of disagree with you. You're talking about it starts and stops with a guy like Derrick Henry. I think it really starts and stops with the offensive coordinator, Todd Monken. And the reason why, because last week he was able to stay to course of what the scheme really has been for the Baltimore Ravens. Derrick Henry, 4 touchdowns. But I think the threat of having that quarterback of what Tyler Huntley showed last week is why Derrick Henry was able to get those 4 touchdowns. And I showed you at the beginning of opening kicks of how explosive I need a guy like Lamar Jackson to be. And the reason why, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are very familiar with this offense. And I think that the threat of having your quarterback at 100%, and last week he took a week off. So how's the hamstring? We don't know. Well, how's the low back? We don't know. But what I need to see out of Lamar Jackson for this team to be able, for the hat and T-shirt, Lamar Jackson has to be at his top speed, being able to be explosive, evading the rush, and being able to get first down with his legs. If he's able to do that, it's a long day for that defense.
It turns a feast or famine. So, yeah, there is going to be changes. I mean, so last week, 165 yards out of I-backs. Rex, that's old school linebacker leads, powers, tosses with Ricard, I-back, back, fullback coming right at you. Now, does that change? Because you have Lamar and that element you're talking about. Yes, Lamar's going to try to do superhuman things, and coming off the back, let's see if he can complete those.
See, I think, to your point, I think those ends, we've seen Highsmith. I call him Locksmith because he's been the key to the Steelers. He's been attacking off those edges. Well, you got to be careful doing that when you got Lamar Jackson, because all of a sudden now he runs boot and he's gone for a touchdown. Look, one thing I know about this game, you can bet anything on this. It's going to be low scoring. The last 3 games Lamar Jackson's played in Pittsburgh, by the way, 3 losses. They lost in 24, 18-16. They lost in 23, 17-10. And they lost in 22, 20-19. I'm like, oh, I think the Ravens are going to blow this team out. Maybe not. It says here, 2 touchdowns he's had combined in those 3 games, Lamar Jackson, that is, 4 turnovers, and he's taken 13 sacks. Well, you know how you don't get sacked? Run the football. Yeah, give it to Derrick Henry 40 times today. I don't care. 40 times. Just 2 yards, 3 yards, 5 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, 12 yards. Keep giving him the football. It's not about your quarterback today. It's about Derrick Henry. And feed the beast.
And they just know how to play it. That's why it's so close all the time. When it seems like Baltimore's had the better team, Cam Hayward knows how to play it, the run and how to rush Lamar. He's got a lot of batted footballs. All right, Watt, Herbig, Highsmith, all those guys, they know how to rush them. They're comfortable with them.
Amazingly, this is the 40th meeting between John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin as head coaches. The winner will go to the playoffs for the 13th time. So that's one huge game today. Today's also a big day because it marks the end of an era. Today will be the final regular season game and overwhelmingly likely the last Bills